Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to start a new lesson. The name of the lesson is A Lesson for All. A Lesson for All. So, different characters are given here and pictures are given on the front page. Okay. So, I show you the different characters. Heading is humans. Heading is given humans, and below that different characters are given with the name and picture. Newspaper boy, milkman, hawker, school bus driver, Dr. Sawant, Mrs. Patel, a housewife, Mr. Desai, a businessman, mayor of the town, Mr. Joshi, Mrs. Joshi, a housewife, Nidhi and Madhu, Mrs. Joshi's daughter, school-going girls. So these humans characters are given here, and below that animals are given: rabbit, deer, peacock, squirrel, bear, birds, turtles. See the heading. This is humans, and all these characters are given with picture and animals. Okay, see this. Look at this. So, a lesson for all. So, what is there in the lesson? We will see. A city street early in the morning. The city scene early in the morning. The street is littered with plastic bags, cartoons, tins, cans, broken glass, old tires, waste paper balls, bags, other garbage. Okay. The street is littered with all these things: plastic bags, cartoons, tins, cans, broken glass, old tires, waste paper balls, bags, and other garbage. Now, Mr. Desai enter Mr. Desai. Mr. Desai said, looking out into the distance, why hasn't the newspaper been delivered on time today? It's 9 o'clock. Almost time to leave my office. Looks out again. Let me ask the Patels if they have received their copy. So Mr. Desai, he is searching the newspaper because he just want to go for the office. So he is saying it's almost 9 o'clock and it's time to leave for my office, and there is no newspaper. So let me ask to the Patels. Their neighbor is Patel. So Mr. Desai says, let me ask to the Patel if they have received their copy. Then Mr. Desai goes into the wings and returns with Mrs. Patel. Mrs. Patel, she said, no, Mr. Desai, the newspaper boy hasn't delivered the papers as yet, nor has our milkman turned up. Mr. Patel is so grumpy. He is waiting for his morning cup of tea. He is very fond of tea. He is just waiting. Mr. Patel is waiting for his morning tea. Okay. Mr. Desai said, very strange, and look, the street is simply shocking. The street, it is simply shocking. Mrs. Patel, my word, what's this? Where did all this litter and garbage came from? Oh God, Mrs. Patel is saying, from where did all this litter and garbage came from? ये सब कचरा कहाँ से आया? Enter Mrs. Joshi with her daughters. Now Mrs. Joshi came with her daughters. As I told you in the introduction part, the human Mrs. Joshi, she's having two daughters, Nidhi and Madhu. They are the school-going girls. See, Mrs. Joshi enters with her daughter. Mr. Desai, I returned rather late from the office last night and the street was bare then. But I returned, Mr. Desai saying, I returned rather late from the office last night and the street was bare then. How did all this rubbish gather here? overnight. How this rubbish means how this is gathered here in overnight. एक रात में कैसे ये सारा कचरा आया. See the picture. The bus is there and everywhere there is a garbage. See, bottles and everywhere there is a garbage. So the people are saying how this happened. From overnight, all this gathered. Suddenly, Madhu falls and injures her foot, give out a cry of pain. Mrs. Joshi's daughter Madhu, she suddenly falls and injures her foot. उसके पैर को लग गया. Okay, she injures her foot, and she gives out a cry of pain. Okay. Madhu, oh, ouch, my foot, it hurts. Madhu is saying, oh, ouch, my foot, it hurts. Mrs. Joshi, oh dear, Madhu, are you all right? Oh no, her foot is bleeding so much. Somebody help, please help. So Mrs. Joshi is saying, oh dear, Madhu, are you all right? Mrs. Joshi is asking her daughter, dear, are you all right? Oh no, her foot is bleeding so much. Mrs. Joshi is saying, oh no, her foot is bleeding so much. Somebody please help. So Mrs. Joshi asking for help because Madhu's foot injured. Mrs. Patel, Nidhi, run and fetch Dr. Mrs. Sawant. Mrs. Patel is saying to the Madhu's sister Nidhi that run fast and fetch, call Dr. Mrs. Sawant. Request her to come quickly. Your sister has cut herself on a broken glass bottle. Because of the broken glass bottle that was there on the street, Madhu heard, and Madhu is having a cut due to the broken glass bottle. Now, Mr. Desai, I will get some ice at once. Mr. Desai is saying, I will get some ice at once. Mrs. Joshi, almost in tears. My poor child, how did all this broken glass happen to be here? Mrs. Patel, look around. It's not just broken glass, but look around. It's not just broken glass, but Mrs. Joshi is saying, dear me, what nonsense this is. Unbelievable. Where has all the rubbish came from? Mrs. Joshi is saying, dear me, what nonsense this is. Unbelievable. Where has all this rubbish come from? Dr. Sawant enters with Nidhi. She has a doctor's kit. Now Dr. Sawant, she entered with the Nidhi. She has a doctor's kit. Dr. Sawant, let me see the wound. Dr. Sawant is saying, let me see the wound. Mr. Desai, here's some ice to stop the bleeding. Mr. Desai is saying, here is some ice to stop the bleeding. So, Dr. Sawant, what presence of mind good applies ice on the wound. So she quickly take the ice and applies on the wound. There now, it has stopped bleeding. After a few minutes, it stopped bleeding. It's a deep cut. I will dress the wound and she will be fine. It's a deep cut because of the broken glass bottle. She's having a deep cut and I will, doctor is saying, I will dress the wound and she will be fine. Okay. Now, Mrs. Joshi, thank you, doctor. So kind of you to come at once, but I am going to complain to the mayor. Have you seen the rubbish and the litter on the road? आपने देखा क्या कि रोड पे कितना कचरा है? Have you seen all this rubbish? Doctor said, oh, it's a mystery. All this garbage was not there yesterday, and now just look. So yesterday, last night, all the garbage was not there, but what happened in overnight? How will this possible that all the garbage is spreading on the street? Spread on the street. Okay. Now enter newspaper boy, milkman, hawker, etc. Now newspaper boy enter, milkman and hawker also. Mrs. Patel, the mayor must not have seen. Look, the newspaper boy, he is limping. And the milkman at last. To the milkman, why, where's your bicycle and why are you so late? So Mr. Patel, Mrs. Patel is asking to that milkman, why, where's your bicycle? Why, where is your bicycle and why are you late? Why are you come late and where is your bicycle? Milkman is saying, the tires were punctured. I had to come walking all the way with this heavy milk can. इतनी बड़ी heavy milk can लेके मुझे आना पड़ा. Because the tire of my cycle were punctured. Mr. Desai, I see something must be done. The newspaper boy come, and I tripped over an old tire and sprained my foot. It was quite dark early this morning. I did not expect an old tire right in the middle of the road. So I didn't accept a tire in the middle of the road, he is saying. Newspaper boy. Understood? Now, Mr. Desai. Mr. Desai is saying, I see something must be done, but driver enters carefully avoiding the litter. But the driver enters very carefully, avoiding all this litter that was on the street. Mrs. Joshi, bus driver is saying to Mrs. Joshi, Mrs. Joshi, I'm sorry, I can't drive the school bus today. On every road and street, there is nothing but litter. It looks like an obstacle race course. Bus driver is saying to Mrs. Joshi that I could not drive the school bus today because on every road and street there is nothing but the litter. It looks like an obstacle race course. It looks like all the obstacles which were coming in our way. So it is a obstacle race course. It's like a obstacle race course. So hawker. Mrs. Joshi is interacting with the bus driver. And she's saying, I know. I'm going to send for the mayor at once. He must see this. Our children are not safe with all these dangerous broken objects around. So Mrs. Joshi, she's saying, I'll complain to the litter about all this litter and garbage that was spread on the, what we can say, street. Okay. So this is the lesson for all. Here we will stop. Remaining only 2 pages are remaining. So we'll see in the next video. This is the conversation. Okay, this is the conversation between Mrs. Joshi, bus driver, hawker, Mr. Desai, Patel, all these people. Okay. So, remaining portion we will see in the next period. But your homework. Read the lesson. Read this lesson. A lesson for all. A lesson for all. You have to read this lesson. So we will see the remaining portion in the next period.